How good was that? The ELIM stage was crazy this time at the Shanghai Major. And if you told me 2 weeks ago that Na'Vi was going to fully miss out on even making playoffs, let alone get knocked out this early, I would have called you insane. But mate, that was nasty. Rest in peace, my goat JL. Now back to business. It's time to get into the pick'ems. It's time to get into the playoffs. And some of these matchups are kind of crazy. One side of the bracket on paper, brand-wise, is so much more stacked than the other, but that's something we'll get into in a second. Just a quick review of the ELIM stage pick'ems. Looking so much better than the opening stage. What do we get for the opening stage? 4. Ugh. I should have believed in Brazil. I should have. But for the ELIM stage, managed to slide through thanks to faze, barely bringing that one back after a rough start against Furia. But keen to see what they can do, and it is time, of course, to jump in to the playoffs pick'ems. We didn't overthink the ELIM stage and went with the heart, so that's what we're going to do again here for the playoffs. And so far, Mongolz have been the goddamn best. I'm going to believe in Mongolia doing it the whole way through the end of the week, all the way through Sunday, all the way to get a incredible W and create history for Asian CS by being the first Asian team to ever win a major. That is what I'm going for here. So no matter who they play, whatever, it is what it is. I'm going to go with the heart on this one. Team Spirit, they look like they've choked a little bit. I don't think that form's going to change on a big stage. And Team Liquid, look, they haven't looked great either, but I'm just going to be going for my boy JKS. So that's what we're going for this one. G2 Heroic have actually been playing incredible CS, but I feel like G2 on the big stage are going to have that much more experience. Vitality and faze, I feel like that's an easy one, but you never know. There is the X factor for faze. They could come out on stage and play completely different counterstrike. It could happen. If it happens, I'm happy to be wrong, but Vitality is going to be taking that pick. Vitality G2 head-to-head, I'm thinking, like, arguably, I feel like Vitality could be like a favorite to win the whole thing out of everyone here. Power ranking wise, I feel like they're the more consistent team. But the idea of G2 going through, and even if they did win against Mongolz in a grand final, they could put themselves in the conversation, right at the head of the conversation, to say that they are the team of the year. So that's what I'm looking at. I feel like G2 is going to be taking it over Vitality here. May as well give it a crack, and we can still salvage this silver coin into a gold coin, which would look that little bit nicer. Also, before we get too much further, I'm just going to show you the leaderboard of the friends here. We do have Blair, Sponge, Harry, and Hugo, out of all the talent that I've got on my friends list, who are still on for a diamond coin. We were one bloody pick away from still being in on the race for it, but unfortunately we're not going to be. So shout out to those guys who are still getting it done. I have a feeling Blair's going to be going for the Mongolz the whole way through. I feel like if you can get a diamond coin with the Mongolz, or even a gold coin with the Mongolz, mate, that's going to be so fucking sick. And that's going to be that for the pick'ems. It's just a short one this time. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just happy to let the bias shine through because it needs to. Up the Mongolz! And that's going to be that for the playoffs pick'ems video. Thank you all for watching. Still going to be co-streaming all of the major games over on twitch.tv/MacMate. I've still got some other videos in the works. Everything's looking good. My sleep pattern's been horrendous. I don't know what the hell's going on. And all I know is I've watched way too much Counter-Strike, and I'm glad we've got a couple of days to rest, to reinvigorate ourselves, refresh ourselves before we jump in to the final tier 1 games of Counter-Strike for 2024. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. You didn't think you'd get away without another one of these, right? And this is me just reminding you, hit that sub button, guys. If you want to see all the MacMate goodness that's coming out on the channel, we've had some fun with the pick'ems, but the subscription button is eternal. And if you hit that one, you can catch up with all the good content I'm going to be pumping out into 2025. Thank you all for watching, and